Well, hey there, you beautiful exiles. We are on the downward slope of 1000 Crimson Temple runs. Map 601 to 700 is what this session is. Coming off the back end of a super solid session that I just had, the previous 100 maps, all around good RNG, nothing insane, no crazy drops, 2 Apothecaries, 6-7 years bad luck, some Exalted Orbs, nothing super crazy, decent amount of everything, and it resulted in 37 exalts per hour. That was pretty cool. I was happy to see a number that high. Cumulative total is, I kind of forgot off the top of my head, it's somewhere around 28, 29, or 30x an hour right now, which 30x an hour is my ultimate goal. This is obviously a unique season where we can make a little bit more currency than usual, and that's fine. So hopefully that trend continues next league. I don't know if it will. We did just get the announcement, actually, kind of snapshotting the time of this video, something about the Lake of Calandra. I guess everybody's talking about Boat League, and they're all frazzled out about Boat League because it's coming true for once. I'm a little late to that party, so I don't really know what the big hype is. Apparently it's something, some sort of long-running joke that I'm not really in the know. Anyway, we got a dump tab here with the usual picture of Exalt and currency, chaos, and all the scarabs, and all the sextant, and some maps, and a lot of really, really good sentinels. A recap from last 100 maps, I decided to go super high quality sentinels with decent sentinel rolls, preferably on cryptic pandemonium bases. I will of course accept a lesser base if it's a really good roll. And then Stalker Sentinels are even easier to get because they're more plentiful and I use them less. But you can see, like, this is a Sentinel we're starting with. I mean, it's just terrific Sentinels. Only having to go out of my way to purchase the cryptic Pandemonium Sentinels for 20, 30, 40 chaos a piece, and then I just find a ton of Sentinels. A lot of them have Sentinel rewards, and it just works out really well. I get so many recombinators. And I also get, I didn't mention this last time, I also get a bunch of power cores, so many that I can even use extra transforming power cores to get even more cryptic Pandemonium Sentinels myself. So that's pretty badass, honestly. So it just all feeds into a sort of, it feeds into itself in terms of its like self-sustainability. The deeper you go, the deeper you're able to go. Kind of how that works. Yeah, the cost, I believe, is up a hair. Let's take a look. Up a little bit because Exalted Orbs to currency ratio is still moving a little bit. Where are we at now? I think we're... Well, let's see what this says here. 136 now. It appears to stabilize around 135, 136, 137. I don't know what the ultimate end result's going to be, but for now, 136. And again, I keep repeating this because I don't want to mislead anybody. That is driving the final number up a little bit, maybe 10 to 15% at most of the currency per hour is kind of as a result of the Exalt crash. Of course, a lot of other things crash with it too when the Exalt crashes. But anyway, that's just a little side point. You can see everything's in here. Apparently, my Crimson Temple maps are up to 8 chaos apiece, so that's kind of weird. But okay, 35.42 is the number. 35.42. That's what we're starting with. So yeah, it's pretty cool. We got very, very minor change in the POB for the first time, I think, in the entire 1,000 map sessions, getting all the way up to map number 600. It took me 600 maps to actually upgrade my gear in any way, shape, or form. I did manage to successfully double corrupt up 2 Awaken Enlighten supports. I'm selling 1, keeping the other. So now I have 2. I already had 1, but now I have 2 level 5 Enlighten supports. It gave me a little bit of extra reservation room. However, it kind of looks the same as what it did, if anything slightly less, because I am now using a new chest that has +2 socketed AoE gems. That helps improve the precision and the vitality, and not that I care at all about this, but the clarity as well improves a little bit. Vitality is giving me about an extra 40 life per second, maybe, from a practical sense. And anomalous precision is actually kind of interesting. I was running a 2120 with 90, what was it, 99% chance to hit, but now I'm running a 2023. I get a little extra reservation efficiency, and because of the +2 AoE gems, I am now finally hit capped. I finally managed to hit cap myself. So the gear, you know, that is kind of a big deal, going from 99% to 100%. Headhunter buffs, I think, kind of pushed that up to 100% pretty quickly anyway, if I'm not mistaken. But they used to anyway. Actually, I'm not 100% sure if they do nowadays or not. But everything else still the same. So just a couple of gems have changed, and the chest has changed itself. I'm still looking for +1 socketed gems to get a potential aura shift in my build, although that's going to be a real headache, because then I'm going to have issues because I have to like put sovereignty on, which means I have to lose +1 curse, which means I have to change my crystallized omniscience to get +1 curse back in there, and I really don't want to change this omniscience because it's very, very good. Double corruption. Well, we'll figure that out at a later date. For now, it's time to start this run. And we will start it by one more time, sort of doing a snapshot here. I will be timing the runs like I usually do to verify that I'm doing these all in roughly 6.5 hours. So far, I have been able to manage that pace pretty well. Quite happy about that. And we are go.
My mana is gone.
Alright, here we go. Found one Harbinger already. I'm kind of thinking that 5% damage reduction while stationary actually means a lot, because I don't know if you've noticed, but anytime I'm dying, it's almost always when I'm stopped for a second to like read an altar or try to click a shrine or something. And it makes me really vulnerable, because then I, get hit by everything for a minute. And that's not going to, well, and that's still going to happen, but now I'm going to have 5% additional physical damage reduction during that, and I think that might make a lot of difference, actually. I suspect most people have it in their head that the damage reduction while stationary mod is pretty garbage, and I think, in a vacuum, that sounds about right to me, but even when you stop moving for a split second... Oh, really? Alright. Even when you stop moving for a split second, you take tons of damage because you just start getting hit by everything. And at that moment, you are under the... how should I say? Under the effect of being stationary. Like, the game calculates you as being stationary at that time. So, something makes you more defensive while you're stationary should mean something. Oh, that's gonna be nice. Look at all these sentinels. Ooh. How did I manage to not lose my rampage during that? I didn't attack at all for a really long time. We're red star, raw exalted orb. Okay. That was just pure luck. I don't think that's on my sentinel at all. Speaking of sentinel, I almost forgot to use the stalker sentinel. I usually have a system, so after I use the pandemonium sentinel the second time, I immediately use the stalker sentinel, and then I kind of just use the stalker sentinel throughout the rest of the map, opening strong boxes primarily, which is what I'm about to do right now. I've already opened most of them, actually. I did see a recombinator base, a good recombinator base up here. Merciless Flesh Ripper, I think it was. Yeah, so that's the best in slot axe, two-handed axe. Even though two-handed axes aren't exactly a popular thing, it's the best one, so people buy it for those few non-meta players who do some sort of melee build, even though, melee is dead, as they say. I mean, nobody else picks those up, right? Because I had to manually adjust my loot filter to even see those.
My mana is gone.
Man, this is what I'm talking about. I talked about this in the last one. Switching over to Sentinel Reward Sentinels, you get these unique Apex Sentinels periodically, far more often than you would, you know, if you were just kind of using whatever. And this happens too, you know, Mystery Sentinel Reward Sentinels. I see so many Sentinels in the map at this point. Now, this is unfortunately a very low roll. It's only tier 3, but obviously I might be able to up the tier on that, or probably try to slam it into a cryptic base anyway and pray that it goes in.
That would only slow me down.
Wow, actually pretty rare that I max out the loot inventory. Alright, well, that's map 1 basically done. I got a couple other things to pick up. So this is a recombinator base. We'll put it here. It'll count for 1x at the end. The unique Apex Sentinels will not count towards any of the result, even though they're all clearly worth at least 50 chaos. And then you have one like this, you know, empowered monsters drop 10 Sentinel rewards. That's 1x or more these days, depending on which Sentinel it is. Because everyone's, you know, thirsty for the Sentinel mod. So, quite a big Sentinel there. When it's all said and done. A very good first map. Took me a little extra time to do that map, so if I was keeping pace with this pace right here, I would not meet the 6.5 hours in 10 map, but usually I don't have to go back to town a second time. And then quite often I get a movement speed shrine as well. For a second I thought I had one, but I think I just have Berserk instead. That's nice. That's real nice. Yes, please.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Map number 4, 7 years bad luck. Many altars. Too many altars. The Enlighten. Finding the cards pretty fast. Just one other card to find. You know which one I speak of. 362 enemies. What? What? So much. 7 years bad luck. From the shrine monsters. Okay. Another one. Another 7 years bad luck. 2 maps in a row. 3 and 17 maps. What? I think I might actually end up finding more 7 Years Bad Luck than Enlighten. They're almost neck and neck right now. It's like 26 and 28. Enlighten has a slight edge. I thought that the Enlighten was a bit more common than that. Enlightened. Okay, right on cue. It's about time I got another card. Requires a little bit of focus. A little bit. You can always ask me a question if you want. No! God, I get this card a lot. Jeez. Like I just turn on the game, that card just drops. Oh, goodness. 7 Years Bad Luck. I really feel like I'm gonna end up with more of those than Enlightens, even though I didn't think that would be possible. Wow, duplicated Enlighten. Years Bad Luck. Another one of these. Well, you know, I'd gone like 20 maps without seeing a single one of those, so I guess it was time for it to pop out again. Will you? You know, it's really sad. I had, it was 22, I had 43% chance to duplicate divination cards when that thing dropped. Still didn't dupe. Shame.
My mana is gone.
Another unique Apex Sentinel. Well, not quite as painful as the fact that it was not even a single Apothecary drop. Could have had a single Apothecary drop, you know. No, can't get that. Nope, nope, nope.
You are the cause of great misery.
Yeah, okay. What? Assassin. Right off the bat. What is it with this card? This card is so attractive to me. I really do have 7 years of bad luck. No, I'm just gonna use a sentinel here since it's ridiculous. It's treasure. Nice.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Nothing you do will be remembered.
Every time the deli mirror spawns there, it's F's up. Look at this. Oh wow, look at this. I've caught it in the act. That's so fucked up, man. This is actually like messed up. When it spawns in this corner, it does not extend. How long does it take to go? Oh my god. What? Is this super bugged? Like it's never gonna move out?
My mana is gone.
Wow, it's broken. Okay, well, there's literally nothing I can do when it spawns there. It expired in the one spot and never extended out. Well, game. Okay, that's happened like in the 600 maps. That's happened like 4 times, maybe. So, I mean, it doesn't happen very often, but that's super bullshit. Oh, we just found a bug. Broken deli mirror. Spawn. How effed up is that? Losing a deli mirror is like huge in terms of my overall drops. Absolutely huge. Removes like, I don't even know, like a third of all the monsters. 19 million and over 1 billion DPS, right? I was definitely doing way over 1 billion DPS on this map, this particular map, with the things. If I have Echoish Shrine, Major Acceleration Speed Shrine, 40-some Headhunter buffs, and one of them is Soul Eater, I mean, it's just... that's over 1 billion, and I can check that by... Oh, Darker Half, nice. And a Divine Robe. I can check that by checking the character pain DPS for the character here, and this number will come out to like... It'll actually bug out once it reaches a certain point. I'll try to show you guys here later. What that looks like. I probably also had Echoist as a Headhunter buff too. And then, you know, like +7 projectiles and just a lot of crazy. Probably got like 10 this match. Woo! So I think the only strategy that like sort of like meta well-known strategy that is oriented towards nice, got a good base there, oriented towards magic finding on tier 16 with a bunch of magic find gear on is Kinetic Blast. And so that seems, and Kobe I think, and a few others have championed that build. I've never tried it. Sounds pretty cool. But that's what a lot of people are doing. In fact, that's what a lot of you viewers are doing. A lot of people who watch this Twitch are people who have tried that build, and I guess they're exploring other potential options out there. But this character, the one I'm running right here, is definitely not meta sanctioned by any stretch of the imagination. If you go on PoE Ninja and you research, go on PoE Ninja, research Raider. First of all, Raider Tornado Shot with Gold Worm boots and at least Gold Worm boots. I mean, just those 3 things alone is like, I'm probably the only one that even shows up. So that would be Raider Ascendancy, Tornado Shot, any Tornado Shot gem, and Gold Worm. There might be a few others, but they're probably not even the same build as mine, actually. To be honest, I haven't looked at it in a long time. I might have actually influenced a few people to try that build. And maybe there are a handful of people doing it now. I don't even know if the wiki actually talks about like expedition. If you just sit on top of the expedition with the UI button available, that's pausing the mirror indefinitely. But if you move out, it'll continue moving. Also, to what extent, I don't know for sure, but to what extent, like, each dynamite thing extends the duration. Also, the wiki is not descriptive at all about how Abyss works in Delirium. I still don't understand exactly how Abyss works. It's taken a really long time to, like, understand. It mentions in the wiki that while the Abyss is moving, it pauses the mirror. I don't think that's right at all, though. I think I'm under the impression that for Abyss, the only thing that it affects is after you complete a round, and so it begins moving. It just pauses the mirror or extends the timer by a very short amount of time. I can tell you that when it comes to doing Abyss inside Delirium, it's like a net negative. I always lose more time than I gain with it, as opposed to other mechanics like Legion or Breach or, I mean, hell, even a Harbinger. I can kill a Harbinger faster than, in a shorter period of time than it takes for its pausing effect to wear down.
My mana is gone.
So I call Harbingers like a net positive with Delimir. So strong boxes too, because they're like, even though the time is so incredibly short, the amount of grace period is so short, it takes like no time to do it. Yeah, Abyss is just the worst. Like I've never seen a situation where doing an Abyss meant I had extra time to deal with the Delimir. I've never seen a situation like even the fastest Abyss counter. It's never happened. Oh, what? It happened. Wait, I gotta see where that came from. Oh my god. Well, doesn't that just put a smile on my face? I'm sitting here discussing how Delimir mechanics work. I'm honestly a little disappointed I didn't see that drop. I didn't even see it drop after the fact. Or hear it or nothing. To Apothecary! Double drop is in the bag. Now, I think that probably came from a strong box, which means it's not... If it did, that means it didn't actually come from my skill and strategy of deliberately trying to get duplication alters. Either way, you know, great. Woo! I'm desperate for apothecaries too. I'm like a map number 70 or something. I had 0. But now we got 2. Dictator stack. Enlighten, okay. Nice card. And a Harbinger kill. And a second Enlighten? What? Wow. 2 separate Enlightenment drops out of the same exact spot. And it's not as a result of Pandemonium Sentinel either, unless... oh, it gives me a 208% quantity modifier. Yeah, that... yeah, I forgot this Sentinel has a tier 1 quantity modifier. That's kind of nice. An Enlighten, isn't it? Oh, it's that card. Yeah, I haven't seen hardly any of those cards. Dragon's Heart. Fun. The Enlighten. Just a good old Enlighten. Now the Enlightens are starting to pull ahead of the 7 years bad luck, I think.
My mana is gone.
By 3. Total 3 more. Who's ready for the results? I know I am. We're all ready to go here with the gambling session. Sorry, no Enlightened and Empowers here. Just some measly enhances and multi-strikes. A lot of Tom Cloak still trying to hit that +1 socketed gems on the gambling. But before we get into that, as usual, we'll take a look at the dump tabs here. And a somewhat unclean dump tab here. Just finished up the session. Got a whole bunch of recombinator bases. Wow, that's a lot of recombinator bases. Much better than the last session, for sure. Let's just kind of take a look and browse through what there is. The number is pretty high. 266 exalts is definitely a good showing. This is just a straight up good RNG. Just good. It wasn't fantastic or anything. I had a double apothecary drop, so that's 2 apothecaries. That's technically better than average. Okay, a lot of recombinators. This time I can guarantee that I 100% every single sentinel I ran had recombinators as a reward, and most of them were on special bases with high mob counts. So quite good recombinators. So out of 100 maps, I was able to get, I guess, actually over 400. Yep, that's 402 recombinators. Wow. 402 recombinators in 100 maps. And weapon recombinators is the lowest number, so that's cool. Lucky. 6-7 years bad luck. That's kind of average, maybe slightly above average. 9 Enlightens. So I did get 9 Enlightens in the end. That's a high number. There. Everything else. Oh yeah, this is really terrible. So this is just piss poor RNG with Exalted Oaths. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, I don't think I've had a single run where I got less than 10. And I'm looking at 5 right here. So that is atrocious. Like, I can't even believe how bad that is. Fortunately, Exalted Orbs are not the primary source of income anyway with this farm, so it doesn't really matter a whole lot. We'll just kind of scroll down here in case anybody wants to snapshot anything in particular. 1 darker half. 1 Dragon's Heart. Oh, that's weird. I thought I had 2 Dragon Hearts. Really? I only got 1 Dragon Heart. That's bad RNG. A second time in a row on those Dragon Hearts. Too bad. Too bad. Uniques here. We got a Soul Taker. And then junk. After that. Divination cards. Oh, yeah. That would be here. The darker half. Junk after that. Patience. 2. Yeah. Okay, so again, we're looking at 266, and we're going to add 9. Or sorry, more than 9. That's right. I'm counting the multi-strike supports as 2 because they take a whole bunch of extra time to level. And if you do the math, if you check and see the rates on double corrupting, you see the risk versus reward. It's pretty obvious they're worth at least 2 exalts leveled to full. So that's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to add 12 to that, so let's get these numbers started here. We got 266.23 plus 12 plus however many recombinator bases are here. So there are no amulets here, unfortunately. I gotta say, people are still buying these recombinator bases like crazy. You know, these stash tabs right here, these 1.6, 1.9, 2.2, these things have been at certain intervals of my farming session completely full of recombinator bases, and some of these tabs are now completely empty, and I'm not moving them around. I'm just selling them, just over and over and over. Like, again, the same 2 or 3 guys just keep buying. One of the guys keeps buying all the bows. One of the guys keeps buying all the war staffs. Any sort of T1 physical bow or war staff, they just fly off the shelf to these guys. So again, it almost doesn't matter what I price them at. I just buy them. Even like a merciless flesh ripper, which you wouldn't think anybody would buy the axe, but they do. They still buy these at like, I I think I sold the last one of these for like 1.3 or 1.6x. Anyway, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19. Maybe it's because weapon recombinators are for some reason way, way, way cheaper than the other ones. 297.23. Minus 35.42 because that is going to show us our net. Now, I have been running these at 6.5 hours for 100 maps, but this last session I actually failed to time most of the runs, and I know I took a little bit of extra time because I was actually interacting with chat a lot more than usual. Chat was really active, had a lot of viewers. I actually got just 20 viewers right now, which is more than usual for my Twitch stream. So, you know, I'm interacting, talking to chat a little bit more than usual, so I'm going to say it was 6 hours and 45 minutes instead. And that's still 38.7 exalts per hour. And again, the exalted, let's see what exalts are at now. They're still going down. Oh, no, actually, okay, they bounced back up. It did say 130 here a little while ago. Now it's back up to 135. Stable at 135, I guess. I hope. Anyway, 38.7 exalts per hour for this run. Again, it was good RNG, straight up good RNG. Obviously, target farming recombinators is a good idea if you can do that. And I can't stress it enough. The more you target farm sentinel rewards, the more sentinels you get back. Here, once again, take a look at this. This is honestly kind of crazy. Apex Sentinels. How many of these I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I got 11 last time. Got 10 unique Apex Sentinels. Some of these have Sentinel rewards. They're worth like a full X or more. It's just wild, you know. You get a lot of extra currency. And once again, these are not counted towards the total. Neither are the blueprints, for which I have a few unusual gem blueprints. Only 3, I think, in here. So that's what it looks like. That is the number for the day.
My mana is gone.
And again, I guess Enlightens are kind of the showcasing point because they're the only sort of standout, really. But enough of that. We got to do the gambling portion for all of the live viewers. Stay tuned. I'll show you the results of that in just a moment. Okay, I want to welcome you back to the final portion of the video. The gambling results are in kind of odd results. This time it does not look like average results whatsoever. 2 enhanced ups, so I made good in terms of actual currency investment and what I got out of it. Definitely came out ahead, but you can see there's only 3 that stayed the same. Now it has a 50% chance to stay the same as far as we know. 25% chance to go up, 25% chance to go down, and 50% chance to stay the same. And you only see 3 the same and 4 down, including all the Awakened multi-strike supports. So, I mean, it's actually not that big of a deal when multi-strike supports go down. I mean, people still pay almost the full price for a level 5 corrupted multi-strike support. So it's really all about the enhance when it comes to the stakes of this gambling session, and it's good. It's fine. The results are strange. They're technically pretty bad RNG, considering how many downs, but again, there's not really much difference between going down and staying the same in terms of doing the gems. It's really all about how many went up, and to get 2 out of 9 to go up is fine. That's perfectly good. I mean, that's average RNG, but even just getting average RNG for this turns out to be lucrative. You can see for yourself if you check the prices. As far as the items, sadly did not get a cloak I wanted. I didn't get a single successful double corruption out of 9 double corruptions, 9 across 9 different items. Not a single one double corrupted. So obviously, bad RNG there. 2 cloaks survived. I guess I'm somewhat happy about that. Anyway. yeah, I didn't really care a whole lot about this particular session. There's no Enlightens, no Empowers. I cared a lot more about the cloaks, getting a +1 socketed gems than anything. Didn't get it, so that's it. Now we got 279 stacked decks to do, and we'll be done with this video. Pretty much yet to see any kind of, like, just definitively good set of stacked deck results. I think I've come out anywhere between way down and a tiny bit down on every single one of these that I've shown. With the exception of the one that I didn't film. The one that was done off stream. I think I actually did come out ahead a little bit. For which there was a picture. I did post a picture of that one. This happened last time. I got an Enlighten out of the stacked decks. I mean, I guess, you know, the card's not that rare, but what is up with that? If you're gonna give me a Crimson Temple card, why not give me, you know, a better one? That would be great. This is the first time I've seen this card come out of a stacked deck ever, I think. Really surprised. I have never seen this card come out of a stack. I maybe have seen one ever. So obviously that's right up my alley with, you know, I farmed something like 300 or 400 Brothers stashes last league. I spent basically all day and night on the cemetery map. So, yeah. I feel right at home seeing that card drop on the ground. Well, that means I came out ahead. We did it. I came out ahead. Like, there's no question. A 5x card in 279, or 272, I guess it was, stacked decks. And we're already seeing Enlighten, a couple of Saints treasures, so this is finally a very good outcome. Actually, I'll throw that back on the ground, so we'll see it at the end. But what if I disconnect? I wouldn't really care if I disconnect and lose 5x at this point in the league. Giga Chat energy. That's what you gotta have. If you disconnect, you really do lose this stuff, though. But yeah. Well, another red star, the Scout. That card does seem somewhat common as a stacked deck result as well. Okay, it's done. There it is. Not too many cards. Actually, a surprisingly low number of cards showing up on my loot filter there for how many cards there was. But one really, really big one. The good old Brothers stash, and then a Scout on top of that. I probably doubled my money at least. I'd say. Oh, you know, wait. Yeah, certainly more than doubled my money off of those stacked decks. Again, at this point in the league, I don't really care very much, but it's nice to actually see some good results for once on the stacked decks. It's gonna make me a little bit more enthusiastic about doing it next time, knowing that I can. Still waiting for that mirror, House of Mirrors to drop. Incidentally, a content viewer at one point said that he was watching my video, and I made a comment about the House of Mirrors. And he said he dropped one out of a stacked deck as he was listening to my video as I said that comment about it. Really? Anyway. Yes. That concludes maps 601 to 700 with another just solid RNG session, with the exception of Exalted Orbs. The gambling portion went pretty well as well, all across the board. Pretty happy with it. Can't say anything else. I would really like to have a session where I get at least 3 apothecaries in 100 maps. I'm quite surprised it's taken me this long to see that happen even once. We even got the double drop, but only saw one single iteration of a apothecary drop this 100 map session. So got 10 cards in the bank so far. 700 maps, 10 apothecary cards. I said originally 15 to 20 was going to be my estimate for 1,000 maps. 15 to 20. Looks like I'm going to be lucky to hit that. I think I might actually be kind of lucky to hit that threshold. We'll see. See what happens. Maybe I'll get some crazy RNG on one of these last sessions, for which you guys will just have to wait for me to come out with the next videos. Or you can always check live on Twitch. This Twitch stream was quite active for this 100 map session. So, you know, join in on the fun if you'd like. It is linked in the description below, as well as damn near everything else that you can possibly link in the description below. By all means, check it out. Until next time, see you guys later. Enjoy the little morsels of leaked data and not leaked data coming out about 3.19. 3.19 is coming in the near future. I will be reacting to a few things on that. Yeah. Bye for now. See you.